I am absolutely responsible for my audience, and I guess
what we do here is go back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Content Cop. Today's episode is about the one and only iDubbbz. That's actually an intro he used a while ago. But welcome. Today we're going to look at something absolutely sad that I never thought I'd see the day. But iDubbbz pulls a content cop on himself. Yes, Johma has decided that the content cop is too evil. The influence of the content cop is too big. It's too large and too cruel. People are starting hate crimes because of this thing. Well, at least that's how he plays it out. This is one of the weirdest apology videos that I've ever seen in my life. Never have I seen a video before that makes me think that someone is aiming a gun to Ian's head off screen. I've never seen anything this bad. But maybe we can look at it together and point out some of the things that are absolutely ridiculous that Ian has said. And before we start, I want to say one thing. Change is fine. Change is okay. Especially if it's genuine and it makes people happy. That's okay. Because if this truly does make Ian happy, it doesn't matter if we never see another content cop again. Because what's the point of getting content if the person making it hates themselves? But with that being said, let's give our opinions on this. So, when we open up the video, I miss the old iDubbbz. We all miss the old iDubbbz. You can see that there's a lot of people who are really down with this apology video, and there's a lot of people who really hate it. But why is this video so divisive? Why are people sliced down the middle? There's so many people having an uproar saying that iDubbbz is now dead. And there's so many people that are saying, this is the best thing. iDubbbz, you're like brand new Jesus. You're Jesus the sequel, the second one. You'll see when you watch this video, but a lot of people who really enjoy this just take it at face value. A lot of people who don't like this, like myself, think that there's something else going on. There's something happening under the surface that we're not aware of. But let's watch the video, point out some pieces that stand out to us.
You know, if I'm gonna have the balls to go to Tana's fan meetup and say slurs at her and then make a video about how it's okay to say slurs, I think I should have the balls to make an apology video and take accountability for the mistakes I've made.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Tana Monjuice had it coming. She is a horrible, spoiled liar who manipulated her audience, slandered you, wished death upon you, and you tried to hold her responsible. Second of all, your topic on slurs was that all of them should be okay or none of them should be okay, because you saw an outrage that we all see over the N-word. But everything else is fine to say. There's nothing wrong with insulting people of any other race. We're not gonna get too big into the politics, but it was a very interesting perspective you had, and you shouldn't back down on it. But dude, give yourself some credit and give yourself a little context and the viewers a little history on what these content cops stood for. I know you guys think that a lot of these content cops were really evil and there was no history behind them. But in the famous words of iDubbbz,
well, guess what, fucking retards? All the other ones have history too. I am responsible for creating a lot of hurtful and damaging content on this channel. And I've also created a culture of apathy and, I don't know, a lot of like cruelty as well.
That's not true. You did not create a culture of cruelty or apathy. You made videos that held people responsible and you had crude, dark humor. That's fine to have, by the way. Everyone has a different sense of humor. If you enjoy slurs and you enjoy dark humor and holding people accountable, that's funny, man. I enjoy that myself. I think it's great, because it's just a joke at the end of the day. It's just a joke. Your jokes do not cause people to commit crimes. No one's saying, I watched iDubbbz, I can't wait to go commit a hate crime. Let's do it, guys. I can't wait for the next content cop.
I'm not confident in my ability to entertain, and I think if I had to rely on my personality to entertain people, that I wouldn't have any amount of success.
Here is one of the biggest pieces of bullshit iDubbbz has ever said. I'm gonna let you guys know. People didn't only show for iDubbbz just to watch him drop a bunch of evil slurs that cause hate crimes. People watched iDubbbz because he was a genuinely charismatic and funny person. His unboxings were amazing. When I think about it, some of the best bits that I've ever thought of iDubbbz were not him being cruel to people, it's just him doing stupid shit. Like when he's eating hair cake, or he gets cancer all of a sudden because he's eating this hair cake. Maybe the bits where he's eating pickles in a sewer. That was hilarious.
Let's get right into the sewer for another episode of iDubbbz Reviews. We're looking for dills. This one's a Rhodesian Ridgeback.
When Ian and Ethan, two former funny guys, we used to eat chickens in the street. They found chickens in alleyways. Dude, there's so much that he's done that is so funny. And one of the things in this video that's really sad to see is that the guy looks so beaten up. He looks so unhappy and sad, and I get it when the whole internet is looking down on you, but that's what happens when you have this level of fame. And you gotta learn to come to grips with it, and you've been with it so long, you have to realize that you need to give yourself credit, buddy, and you need to love yourself first. I don't know who's surrounding you, Ian, but you're a hilarious dude. So much of what you do is funny. People don't just come for the slurs and the vicious shit. People come because they love you, buddy.
I was being very bigoted in a lot of my videos, and I justified it because, I didn't think it was too serious. And I thought that people were going to see that I had good intentions.
Yeah, we did see that. You had good intentions, and it wasn't bigoted. It's dark humor and edgy humor. Don't apologize for jokes. That's what every comedian is forced to do this goddamn age. Stop doing it, bro. Don't do it. Don't apologize. You're hilarious, man. Own it. We all can see that. I barely committed any hate crimes after I saw your videos, bro. You were an inspiration.
Casual racism is still racism. Casual bigotry is still bigotry.
What the fuck?
I said a lot of things that I look back at and I cringe now, and I'm like, that is an awful thing to say. It doesn't matter what my intentions are. Like, if I'm hurting people, I'm hurting people. And, who the fuck knows what my intentions are? Like,
Remember that one time when you made a seriously good point that context matters and everyone understood it because it was the smartest fucking thing ever? It's actually the most common sense thing ever that no one listens to. Context matters. We all knew the context, dude. Just, relax. Stop trying to attack yourself. Why do I gotta defend you more? I'm defending you more than you are yourself.
I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. I still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine, but I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way. I particularly want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should have never made that video. I harassed Tana in person and then harassed her online, and that's deplorable behavior. It's so stupid.
For the record, on the Content Cops, you held the mirror up to people, held them responsible, and you gave shit to people who genuinely did shitty things. Jinx Reloaded stole so much content and made so much money off of people who worked hard. All he did was hold the camera up and watch the entire video. Leafy is here constantly bullied and attacked virtually anybody, regardless of who they were and what kind of disabilities they had. You could consider that dark humor as well, but that's for everyone else to decide. Keemstar was a vicious, manipulative psychopath that took advantage and absolutely tried to destroy anybody he wanted to just because he had everything coming to him. I could go on, but your Content Cops were well deserved, and the people on the receiving end took that on the chin and changed either for the better or the worse.
I've just always had this dumb philosophy that I'm not responsible for, my audience and how they behave beyond what content I put out. That I am absolutely responsible for my audience.
Dude, what the fuck? This feels like I'm watching the Book of Boba Fett, where this badass character from lore has just, for no reason, been written to be a pussy, to be less than he actually was. Dude, what the fuck are you apologizing for? I feel like I'm just gonna keep giving the same reactions, but you're not responsible for anything anyone else does. If you make a joke that was edgy or racist, and someone goes out and commits a hate crime, it's not your fault. Who the fuck has a gun to Ian's head right now?
I'm also sorry to all the black viewers and minority groups who had to put up with that video and put up with, the phrases. I said either it's all okay or none of it's okay. And that's just so dangerous and stupid.
I think this is a moment that is very important for anybody who wants to get into comedy. This is something that you all need to really know. If you're going to make comedy and you're going to be careful that you don't upset people, you're going to make the worst comedy possible, but even better than that, you're going to make nothing. because there's never going to be a joke that doesn't offend someone. We're in the era of outrage. We live in the age of outrage. People will get upset over everything. So what you need to do is just be able to tune out all the haters, all the doubters. Take constructive criticism if you'd like, but don't throw away your craft because you're worried it's going to upset someone. Because if that's what you're worrying about, you might as well throw in the towel now. And I'll say this as well. If you've truly grown out of it, that's fine, man. I'm very happy for you, and I want the best for you. Make whatever content you like. I still love the guy. I love Ian. I think he's an awesome person. Even if you're watching this, I love you, buddy. But if this isn't you, and you need to take a moment and meditate, if this is people feeding you this, if all these thoughts are coming from other people, and they're not genuine influences, they're not you actually coming to your own conclusions, they're you taking in the ideas of people you trust. If that's what's going on, then you need to find a way to distance yourself from that, get away from those people, and come back to who you truly are. No one said you were racist. No one got that vibe. Nobody did. And if they did, they're idiots who don't understand humor and jokes, the people that you don't want to make comedy for, because they're always going to get offended. And when you talk about yourself this way, it breaks my heart for you, man.
It's me calling my fans antisocial and basement dwellers, and I was like, I didn't like, interacting with my fans. I just want to be clear, that was my realization. I think a lot of people are like, of course that happened, is because you were creating that culture and you were attracting those people. And it's like, yes, I know.
He goes on for a while talking about how his classic fans were these freakish incel monsters or whatever the hell. But I think that what he's doing is he's overgeneralizing and grouping all of his classic fans into this nasty little puddle over here, this incel puddle, and he's putting all of us in there. That's not the case. A lot of the classic fans like the intense shit because shock humor is funny. But if it makes you truly happy, if it prevents you from burning out, if it prevents you from hating and resenting YouTube and the rest of us, dude, make whatever makes you happy. That's all anyone cares for at the end of the day. And a lot of times, you can feel when a creator enjoys what they do, and you can feel when they're just doing it because it pays the bills. But I digress. Just don't get it mixed up that all the classic fans are all these freaks. I think you're looking back on it too harsh. A lot of the content cops were not horrible cult building things. They were videos that held people responsible and were very entertaining. I have not met a single person who has watched iDubbbz and became racist or evil because of that. But I'll close it off there. The video can go so much longer, but I figured we can cut it off here and have the discussion down in the comments. So, let me know what you think, and iDubbbz, hopefully it all works out, man.